Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another fancy transportation ship that's great for moving a lot of people from one place to another in style. This one is called the A-4 Starliner, which is this lovely thing that I'm currently standing on. So this is a hydrogen-powered ship that features a fully automated door system, so as we get close to the ground, both the doors will open up, and as we take off, they'll then close automatically. We even have a companion robot on the inside that will turn to face you as you board the ship, and we've got plenty of hydrogen tanks to make sure we can fly for a nice long time. So pressing F10 and find this in spawn menu, the A-4 Starliner is 941 small blocks, using Warfare 1 and 2, Automatom's Heavy Industry, Sparks of Future, and Wasteland DLC packs. We've got a nice lot of information about it, such as its features, where we can see it can carry 6 passengers, as well as a pilot. There's of course your robot co-pilot, and it's got a nice lot of fuel for long distance travelling. So giving this thing a thumbs up and move around towards the very front, have a quick look around the outside, have a quick tour of the interior, and I think we'll just fly to space, and that'll be that. So around towards the very front, my character can now bugger off just a little bit, there he goes. This is what we get at the very front for the A-4 Starliner. So what we can see is a bunch of lovely black, blue and white blocks to make up the main body of the ship. Right above here, some window blocks appear inside of our cockpit, then just behind there you might be able to make out a few seats for your passengers to sit on. If we were to move around onto the side, we can see some spotlights to light up the darkness. And all around over to here, what we're going to find is a button, one on both sides, that'll open up our doorway and allow us to go inside. That sensor block right there is going to be how it's going to open and close automatically as we go to and from the ground. And right next to it is an interior light with 2 little symbol blocks to make it look all fancy. Right above it is a window block for your passengers to see outside. And all the way along the top here and on the side, got one hell of a lot of stuff to do with our hydrogen thrusters. So we can see O2HU generators, large hydrogen tanks, small hydrogen thrusters, large hydrogen thrusters, now they've been all connected up. We also have a sneaky ore detector right above there, and there's a remote control block, so if you did want to remote control this, say you got too far from the ground and you were out of jetpack fuel, you can always bring it back down if you wanted to. Move around towards the very back of this thing, this is what's going to push us around. So we've got 3 large hydrogen thrusters, and that's about it. We then got a bunch of industrial spotlights who act as some brake lights, then got a connector to dock this thing up, then moving all the way up and looking down this thing, all the way down over to here. Here's some more small hydrogen thrusters, there's a large hydrogen tank, we can see some reactors on the side to give it a bit of power, then on the very top of that hydrogen tank we can see an access panel to make it look all fancy. Moving over to this section, this is where our ore detector was sitting, but we can see our O2HU generator, we see some blaster edge blocks, some unfinished lights, there's another access panel, there's a reactor, and then there's some rounded steel blocks. Moving towards the front, not too much else to talk about there, so we'll just come down and underneath this thing, all the way down to here, putting my light on for the moment, and staying away from the grass, but there's our hinges that allow the doors to open up, we'll see that in just a moment. There's a warfare battery, there's 2 of them in fact, there's some more hydrogen thrusters to keep us off the ground, there's some more hydrogen tanks, there's some magnetic plates on the access panel to clamp yourself down with. And there we go. That's a brief look around the outside of the A-4 Starliner, and it's bloody fantastic how it's all been set up. Especially this back part here, it's been so well thought out that it looks like it could be a traditional rocket ship taking off from Earth going to the International Space Station, because of how well designed it is. In fact, if we were to look at it like so, it looks like it could be strapped onto some boosters, then launched into space. But now what I can do is just grab hold of my character and I'll walk up to one of these side panels, and we'll just press the button, and then it'll open up. So pressing that, we see we've got 2 folding parts, one just folds up, one folds down, that allows us to go inside. What I'll do for the moment before we take a better look around the outside, there's a creepy little robot right there, is hop into the seat. In fact, we'll close out first of all, now we'll hop into the seat, and once that's all done, I'll move it down to the ground, then the sensor kicks in, and the doors open up automatically. Just a nice little system to have to save you from manually opening and closing everything, but do be careful if the ship was to bounce, because the doors will close up very quickly. Anyway, hopping out of here, here's our lovely robot companion. He's got a smiley face. I don't trust him whatsoever, because I've played too many horror games where they'll just stab you in the back when you least suspect it. But yes, we can see some neon tubes to keep them locked inside. We see a program block on the side there with nothing going on with it. There's a button if we get all the way up to it, where it currently does nothing, so you can set that up with a few things if you wanted to. Not too sure why that's closing up. Turning back around and facing the back, here's your passenger seats. We've got buttons for both sides to open and close the door. Looking all the way up, we've got a remote control block. And all the way up to there, we then got the bottom of a heat vent, and there is the bottom of our O2HU generator. But turning our attention to these seats on these sides, so there's the small block passenger seats, but they have a nice little bit onto them. We've got some unfinished panels on each side just to lock you in place. Hopping into the seat and bring the free camera over so we can get a better look at what's going on with it. So all the way through here, over to this side, that's simply how your passengers will sit down. Anyway, grabbing hold of my character once again, hopping out of the seat, now looking towards the front. Lining the floors are batteries, all the way over to here, there's our hinges. Now it's time to actually get into the seat. So into here, first person view, looking around, this is all we can see. And there is your creepy robot companion, sitting right next to you. Bringing up the HUD, we've got no controls, so what we're going to do is now take this off from the ground there. Our doors now close up. There we go. Now we can test fly this, then we can take it into space. And well, I think that'll be that. So how's that handle? Moving forwards, like I said, it's got one hell of a lot of speed, thanks to the 3 hydrogen thrusters anti-bank there. Coming to a stop though is a lot slower, so you may need to do 180 to slow this thing down. So you want to go ahead and do that, all the way around. And there we are, that's a lot quicker. Moving left, and moving right. Not as fast as moving forwards, but it still feels very good at the end of the day. The moving up, got a nice little speed with that. Moving down will be helped by gravity and should be faster than everything else. Yes, it is. So letting that come to a stop, in fact, we'll do that just for safety. Now it's time to test the gyroscopes, where it's a very heavy vehicle. It's got enough control on this for it to feel very responsive, but it's a lot heavier than other ships have done in this category of size, and does make it feel very, very meaty, and well, certainly suits what this ship is trying to portray. So now what I'm going to do is charge along here, and it's time to go up into the sky, because we're now going to go into space. So moving all the way up to here, it's going to take quite some time to do, but look at us charge along here. Our hydrogen tanks are doing a fantastic job. As you can see, we are only on 99%, and we should be able to get all the way up without any issues. And there we go, we're now leaving the atmosphere, so we see our clouds right below us, and there is the vastness of space. But as for that, that is pretty much it for the A-4 Starliner. It's a lovely little transport ship if you want to use it in your world, say for taking passengers from your base on a planet over to a space station, or even just over to the local moon, if that's what you want to do. There'll be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download it and play around with it yourself. Highly recommend you do. There'll also be a link to the Skybox I'm currently using. And I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.